I have way too many eggs. You know what, in this weather, in the morning it is like -11. Here at 1.5 meters it is like -4. These chickens, well, they are at the neighbor's house right now probably, but these chickens are absolute machines. Like, I don't understand. The problem is that I don't really eat eggs that much. I use them for making pasta. So some of these eggs are probably 2 months old, so hopefully they will be good. I'm not sure about this one. This one was... the chicken had malfunction and produced egg without shell somehow. Anyway, bit of backstory. As you can see, I'm still renovating the house, like I need to finish this room. So, oh my god, I don't have time basically. Why would you make pasta when you don't have time? So this has started when I have moved out of my parents' house, and so first thing you will do is start sourcing good food. Because I like soup, like very much, I am pretty much addicted to it, you could say. I eat a lot of pasta, so one of the things that I sampled is pasta, and I have found one brand that is like edible, but it is really expensive, and so I was like, okay, I was living in something like motel or apartment complex, but this was a small room, well, relatively large room, but I was living with 6 other people, so there was a kitchen that was shared with 50 other people. So you can probably imagine where this is going. So I had to develop a method of making pasta that is quick and compact, because like even then I did not have too much time to like mess around making food. Like nobody likes to do that probably. Well, somebody do, but anyway, since then I have improved this process a little bit. It's more just about quality than anything else. So let me do an overview of this process. You basically put flour and eggs into the mixer, and this needs to be a special kind of mixer. It needs to be it needs to have metal like part here and metal part here, otherwise you would strip it, because you will be putting quite a load on this machine. So anyway, so you will mix it and suddenly you are done. That's like a very rough overview. However, I will be using some containers to produce basically 2 fractions. You will end up with fine fraction like this and more coarse fraction like this. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time yapping, so let's do this. You will need scale, but well, you don't really, but scale is good, at least if you want to do this on a big scale. Gram scale is fine enough, so you don't need to have milligram scale. Obviously you will need a bunch of flour. I have some open packets, so I will use this. And I will be using 3 eggs to make first batch, then I will be using 2 eggs for next batches, because there will be some waste, and I will be reusing the waste, quote unquote. It's not waste. In this pass you need to add flour and eggs in 2:1 ratio, so I will add first just 150 grams. So then zero the scale and add some eggs, 3 to be exact. Alrighty, so this was 170 grams, so I will add pretty much 170 grams. This does not need to be that exact, but it's better when it is. And it's better when you zeros the scale, because, well, I've already fucked up. At this point you should have added only 80 grams or something like that. So I will also reorganize this a little bit, because I like to have eggs on this side. So now you get mixer and mix at slow speed. You should get clump, but if you mix the ratios exactly, you can do it just that you mix and suddenly it's done, but I don't want to do it at this point. So it was 170, so I need to add 340, I think. Yes, something like that. Ideally you would end up with not as wet clump, but as I said, I already fucked up, so now you need to mix at high speed. And this is about what you should end up with. And I forgot to mention, you should preheat the oven to about 80-90 degrees. Anyway, so I will... this is too wet. And I will strain it with not too fine, not too coarse screen. Now I spread this out and put this into the oven. So when I first started using this method, I probably did screen it a little bit, but this would be pretty much a waste. It would be less of a waste, but it would be waste. So now I will use this again. So at this point I would like to manage this quote-unquote waste to be at around 120 or 150 grams. It's really hard to tell what you should do pretty much, but if you add too much flour you will end up with too much dry waste. If you add too little, yeah, less flour is usually better. So but now the reference ratio is 1:1 egg to flour. Let's try 1:1 exactly and see what happens. Oh fuck, again. Now again mix at slow speed. Alrighty, this is absolutely ideal. This is how it should look. And now I will add 100 grams. This is again like 100 is a random number. If you have more material, you need to add more flour. If you have less, you need to add less. But I add 100 and it should be good. Now high speed and rinse and repeat. I could have mixed this one a little bit longer, but what can you do? And that's it, we have made quite a bit of pasta. We have used, what is this, 3 times 5, that is 15 eggs, and probably around 2 kilograms of flour. It took only 20-ish minutes, so that's pretty good, I would say. The downside of this process is obviously there is some waste, because I don't have any more capacity to dry the pasta. This is pretty much waste and I will throw this out. I mean, technically you could put this into the fridge and use it tomorrow. Now just a little word about drying. As you can see, this glass is already quite fogged up, so if you open this, a lot of fog will escape and you need to open doors like frequently. But this should be dry in about like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40, something like that. Ideally you would do this outside in the sun, but it's cold. But we are not done yet. I have mentioned 2 fractions, well, but 2 fractions are because of cooking time required. This thing you cook for about 1 minute in boiling water, this for about 5. if you don't cook this for 5 minutes but only 1, it will be crunchy. Usually, and you will see when I will be processing this, you get about 10 to 1 ratio, so 10 of this small one, which I like more anyway, and 1 of this big one. If you would want to reverse the ratio, I guess you would need to mix less, but then you risk getting too big fraction, like even bigger than this one. I mean, there will always be fraction. Technically, there is also one more fraction, which is what we have removed when we removed the quote-unquote waste. I have already processed one of these plates because I realized that I don't have any more pasta prepared, so I needed to eat something, so I did use it. You know what, let's do this. I used basically everything that was in there, so I will zero the scale and calculate this into the yield. So now what I do is basically put it in here, just crush it a little bit with my hand usually. This should be easy to break up, like there are clumps like this, but they should be easy to break up. Some of these are not very easy to break up, which is not great. I mean, I screwed up the process a little bit, but you know, I have not done it for a long time, so that is expected, I guess. For separating the fractions, I am using this screen. I have modified it by hand. I mean, it's suboptimal, but I couldn't find any that has like eye size this big. But yeah, it is what it is. It's not very fast, but it works. Obviously it works good enough that I'm not bothered to change it. And then I just screen it like this. Alrighty, so this took me like 10 minutes, not too great, but it is what it is. So how much pasta did we make? We have made 1.5 kilograms. So this would have cost me about 300 crowns or 15 US dollars. So if you translate this to a hourly wage, that is 30 bucks per hour. I mean, not bad, not terrible. So normally I just store this here. When this thing is full, I transfer it over to these containers. I have basically 3 of them, and when 2 are full, I put these into storage bags like this. Each one of these is something like 4 kilograms, so I think I have overproduced this a tiny little bit. Well, this looks like much. I eat about 150 grams each day, so that's so this would last me about 130 days or something like that. So I mean, it is a lot, but not that much. In any case, I need to get back to this thing, so see ya in next video, I guess.